Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. My name is acclaimed, and welcome to another My Thoughts on. Today I'll be talking about Ex Machina, and before I get started, I will be doing the only good Vertigo movie at some point. I know I said I'll be doing that next, but excuse me, but I need to rewatch the film again because I don't remember a lot. So for now, I'm just going to do this one. I'm going to do my 2018 best worst, and hopefully I'll be able to go and see The Favourite, starring Emma Stone and Olivia Colman. Look out for that. That'll be the first film to start 2018, 2019. So, Ex Machina, or Ex Machina if you want to call it. I really wanted to talk about this film for some time because I think this is a particularly interesting film to talk about. I mean, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's intriguing. So it's about this employee who works at this CEO's company called Blue Book, and he's invited over to test this AI and see if she passes as a new how do you put this? So basically, the CEO has created an AI, and he wants Caleb Smith, played by Donald Gleason, to see if it is human enough, or if it's passed. But as the film will go on, it will get a bit darker, and there's going to be a twist there as well. And I'll admit this movie's kind of complicated, since I'm no science expert, but I believe this film, in a way, works. So, if you like science fiction films, and if you think there's not going to be anyone that's going to stand out, this one I think is by far the one that stands out the most. Granted, I don't completely understand it, but I can see where it's going. Not only is this film interesting, but it delves into a lot of really interesting detail, like about AI and about the world and about gods and about the brain. It's quite interesting, to be honest. Sure, it's just people talking, and for I think general viewers, it could be considered boring, and people could say this is just kind of Oscar buzz, I suppose. Really, really, there's more to that. Alex Garland, who is the director of this film, definitely knows how to make the subject matter important and related to the plot. The plot's pretty straightforward, I guess, but it's executed with so much interesting depth, and it is considerably complex that you don't really know where the movie's going. It may be it may be slightly predictable, but that's probably like the only criticism I have with the film. The humor, while I wouldn't say this is like a laugh out comedy, it's more like down to earth humor and real humor. It doesn't feel forced at all. Although the scene where Nathan and Kyoko dance was pretty damn hilarious and by far the best scene in the movie, I wouldn't say this is considered a comedy, like, Step Brothers, or what I've heard, the critically panned Holmes and Watson. Now, this is just more like playful, real humor and, I guess relatable humor in a way. Drama wise, the movie's not like emotionally deep. I guess it kind of is, but you never really care about these characters a lot. You like them, but there's nothing really special about them or anything. So, in other words, the only criticism I have is that it's predictable, and yeah, it's complex, but it doesn't mean everyone will understand it. I kind of understand where the film's coming from, I understand what it's trying to deliver, but it never really got into my head because, again, as much as I like the genre, I'm not really into it a lot. Alex Garland definitely knows how to create a interesting, simple story, worked in with AI, technology, and everything related to sci-fi. And he did that with lots of taste and executes it in possibly the most interesting and most complex way possible, if you could follow it, that is. Visuals. I know I said, this film's the best looking film I've seen of all time, all year, all week, of the studio. I say this is like the best thing ever. This film is one of the best looking films ever. Not all time, or not in the list, I mean just of all time. If you're going to make a film interesting, make it look interesting. And Alex Garland and his team know how to make this movie interesting. First off, this movie is so beautiful. It's well choreographed. It looks nice. It looks real. It's actually believable. It looks like a place you would love to go to. The research facility, although not a house, but if you ever think about looking at how a house would look and how you want it to look, this movie has the best looking house I've ever seen, even though technically it's not really a house, but like the insides of it, like the house itself, the doors, the rooms. It seems like a place of your imagination, even though it's a place where Nathan lives and he tests out his AIs and all that. The CGI on Ava and Kyoko is quite intriguing. On Ava, I mean, I know it's not real and all, but it looks like she is actually a real life AI, and you can see that in front of you. And the way she looks and the way she works, it's absolutely impressive and quite incredible, if I must add. Um, what else? Oh, I can't think of anything else. Oh yeah, I know I've mentioned the house looks nice, but I mean, like, I won't. How do I put this? I won't give anything away, but when it comes to like some of the scenes near the end of the movie, the house starts to look like the research facility actually starts to look like a really real looking house. I'm sure it was real or anything, but whoever owns the house or whoever made it, give the person some props because the house looks amazing, and I wish my house would look like that. I would put it simply like that. Issues. I don't really have any issues. Ava's CGI at times can look a bit off-putting and not in focus, but that's really just pretty minor. Besides that, I think the visuals in this movie show that even if you don't make a movie good or not, if you can make a movie visually stunning, interesting, give you a lot of ideas and make it believable, you're onto something. Ex Machina is not only a great looking film, but it's one of the best looking films I've ever seen. Characters and acting. There's only. I know there are only a few characters in the film. There are, like the employees at Blue Book at the beginning of the film, you've got the helicopter pilot. The only four main characters in the film that are, the main parts of the movie is Caleb Smith, played by Donald Gleason, Nathan Bateman, played by Oscar Isaac, Ava, played by Alicia Vikander, hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Kyoko. Our main character, Caleb Smith, is, honestly, I think he's alright. Sure, he's likable and quotable, and, he's smart. He does have a couple of funny moments, I suppose, but I never found him that interesting. I found him a little bit bland. And when it comes... Okay, when it came to the ending, I thought the movie... Well, when I first saw the movie, I thought the ending wasn't that good at all. But as I watched it, like, as time would go on, I think the ending's not bad. I think the ending's actually kind of perfect, and it does deliver exactly what it needs in a film like this. Okay, maybe it's not a nice ending, but it makes sense. Nathan Bateman, Oscar Isaac, however, is probably my favourite character. He's charismatic, funny, likable. He has a lot of personality. He's great. Whenever he's on screen, he's entertaining. He's he's everything I want from a character like him. He's just so fun, and I really enjoy him. I mean, yeah, he's a bit of a douche, and that's not really a spoiler, but I enjoy his presence. I think he was just quite fun, and his chemistry with Caleb, well, it's not strong since Caleb's not really that interesting. I think them two together are actually like quite cool and quite great. So yeah, Nathan's my favourite character. My second favourite character, and big shock, it's Ava. She's a really intriguing character, and I won't say a lot because it's spoiler territory, but she's a really interesting AI, and what they do near the end is not only beautiful and maybe a bit nice to watch, if you know what I mean, but it has a visually good meaning behind it, and I think I don't know about you, but maybe they should make a sequel to it. I know not a lot of independent films get sequels because they're independent. It's not like Star Wars or Marvel, like they're gonna make money out of sequels. They're just like dependent films made by directors. But if they ever decide to make a sequel, I would actually like to see her and Caleb back. If you've seen the movie, then you probably know what I mean. The other character, Kyoko, isn't really much. She's the silent assistant to Nathan who doesn't speak any English because she's actually from Japan. Or is she? I'll leave that to you. The characters, I think, are pretty well fleshed out, and I think they're great and enjoyable, but the acting, I think, is absolutely superb. Again, like as I don't really care that much about Caleb. Donald Gleason's performance, I think, is absolutely terrific. His American accent is great, as proven from The Revenant. His British accent is pretty good from Star Wars The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Peter Rabbit, of course. I really enjoy him in the movie. His performance is probably what saves his character from being flat and technically one-dimensional, even though he's a really bland character. Oscar Isaac is great as usual, and I think he's probably the best actor in the film. Alicia Vic Vandia is amazing. I think she's one of the most beautifulest actresses in the film, and of all time, of course, and I think she's excellent. The actress who played Kyoko is quite fun, pretty great. I know everyone else is I know there's other characters in the film, but they're not. They're literally in it for like seconds. These four actually show some great acting on screen, and I think it shows. Not only do you have some characters who are likable, fun, have a bit of meaning behind them, and they have good intentions, and they have very well depth, but the acting is definitely what helps them become, well, even better. Inspirational, I suppose. Also, the score of the movie by, I think it's two composers, I don't remember their names, but not only is the score absolutely masterful, but it's also surprisingly haunting. It's not like violins or anything, it's very technology, and it's very... Right, look up Ex Machina's soundtrack. It'll just come up with a list of songs, even though they're not really songs. Listen to the soundtrack. It's actually quite... It's one of the most refreshing scores I've seen in a movie. It's quite interesting. I mean, it might be a bit loud, so if you don't like loud noises, then you probably won't like this movie's score, but give it a listen. It is quite interesting, and I do highly recommend it. It's probably one of the most original movie scores. I mean, yeah, Ex Machina is not perfect. The ending, while the ending makes sense, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a great ending, and the movies can be kind of predictable. And Caleb, I don't know, I never found him that interesting. The CGI on Ava, while amazing, at times it can look a bit off-putting. But besides that, Ex Machina, I think, is an excellent sci-fi film. It has a simple plot executed with a good complex depth. The visuals are probably what makes this film stand out the most. The characters are all very well meaningful and very well acted, and I love the score. If you love sci-fi, you'll love this movie, and I know a lot of people love this movie. I really like the movie. I think it's great. If you're just a regular moviegoer and you just want to see something fun and action-packed that's gonna be making you laugh, I mean, this film is funny, but it's not a comedy. You probably won't like this. I think you're just gonna be bored by it. To be fair, this movie's more like for critics, I suppose. I guess that's kind of the main reason why these independent films don't get as much attention as they should. So for that, I'm gonna give Ex Machina a 9.6. I think it's 9.6. I don't know. So if you haven't seen Ex Machina, do give it a watch. I think it's really worth your time. If you have seen it, let me know below. Tell me what you think of it. So yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts on Ex Machina. As for my 2018 list, that will be coming. All right. So hold on to your horses. That's it. I just need to work on that. Expect it by, I'm not sure exactly, but by Friday or Saturday. I don't know. But it will be coming, and the Vertigo movie will be coming as promised by DJ Electrical. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, please do. If you can't find him, just type in DJ, and then instead of the E, you got the free. So it's like free electrical, but actually referred to electrical, I would presume. Just type in that, you'll find his name and watch his content. I haven't watched a lot of it, but it's quite interesting and quite fun. He's sort of like Peachy and EA Sports Big 899, if you know who they are. So yeah, just go and do that, and the 2018 list will be coming this week, hopefully. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and today's New Year's Eve, 31st, as I'm recording this. So I hope you guys have a great new year, and hopefully I will see you guys in 2019. It's going to be a great year once again. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And until next time, bye for now.